it off to you and teach us your things.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having us. I'm going to share, I guess, my screen because we'll go through my part of the presentation first. And I'll just get right to our introduction slides, I guess. My name's Amy Westrope, and I have been a teacher with Billings Public Schools for 14 years, kindergarten first and second. And this year I have the distinct pleasure and joy and challenges that come with being a remote teacher. So it's kind of interesting to see that side too. And I see one of my remote teaching buddies, Jill, is on here with me. So thank goodness for her. Super excited to be here tonight.
And I'm Christy Brammer. I am a Billings Public Schools teacher of first grade all 13 years. I went through TILT with Tracy Piltz. Amy and I both did. And we kind of graduated out of TILT, but we didn't want to leave TILT. And TILT is for technology integration. And so we kind of became TILT leaders, and we present to people who would like to hear us talk or learn from us. We like to learn from you guys. And I think that's one of the reasons why we do this, is so that we can stay fresh and learn from you guys, even though we're not getting really pulled for TILT anymore. I'm a Seesaw certified educator, and Amy and I also went through the BPS media literacy training last year and became certified under that as well. So I will be talking about PicEdu, and Amy's going to talk about ChatterPix. So we're going to let her go first after Nikki introduces herself, because I'm sure you all know her, but
There might be some new people on. Actually, I see a couple of people that I don't think we've had at our workshops, which is awesome. Welcome, everybody. I'm Nikki Vredenberg, and I'm the Director of Education at Montana PBS. And I get to host these workshops and bring awesome educators to tell us about their classrooms and the work they're doing. And I got to work sort of through Tracy Piltz with these two teachers last year to work on the media literacy certification. These two are 2 of 7 teachers in the state of Montana that have completed that certification. And that represents almost half the teachers in the country who have finished that certification. So they're in an elite group across the country of like 40 teachers that have actually done that. And so you're learning from the best right now. So we're really excited to have you here. We are recording tonight. So if you want to go back and watch any parts of this later, I'll share the link out later. And this is the last workshop for the school year. We've done all these workshops already, and all the recordings are on our website. I'll drop that link in the chat in just a little bit if you want to watch any of them again. And then we're going to do a summer series starting June 14th, and we'll have some of the same topics, and we'll have some new ones. And we have some different presenters that are going to come on too. So we'll get you more information on that. So thanks for being here. Please fill out our attendance form and take it away, ladies.
Awesome. Thanks, Nikki. All right, so you guys that have been here before kind of know the routine. We're going to follow a lot what Tracy does, as she is our TILT leader, and honestly just like amazing woman anyway. But we're going to introduce one of the tools, give some examples, talk about it a little bit, give a quick tutorial of it, and then really give you guys time, because that's what we always want the most when we are learning new things right in the classroom, is we wish we had time to play with it before we just go off and the rest of teaching happens, right? And then you don't get to get back to it. So hopefully we can do that with both of these tools. So I get to talk to you about ChatterPix. Somebody had a great question when they were talking about which version to download, and Nikki and I both had forgotten that there's different versions, but I use one called ChatterKid on my iPad. It is a free app that is just so much fun. It's super engaging for the kids. And really, you can give students voice in any area of the day. This year, as a remote teacher, I have had kids in my class. I'm kind of split technology-wise with iPads and Chromebooks, so I haven't used this tool a ton this year. But as I was going through thinking about just some ideas of ways you could incorporate it in your classroom, it was hard for me to keep my list down, because it's so easy for the kids to use and fun and engaging in different ways. So down here at the bottom, I just thought of a couple ways, practicing your math facts, recording your ABCs for those little ones, explaining how to do a math strategy, sharing compliments with each other, practicing fluency, and just so like, seriously, I think any aspect of your day, you can incorporate this app. I do have some examples here that are adorable. And again, just like I couldn't keep my list down, I couldn't keep my examples down to just a couple because they're so much fun. So this is a nice little kindergartner here using ChatterPix for a little poetry and art combination. Let's see, did it switch tabs for you when I share my screen? If my internet will let me.
I was gonna say it switched, but it looks like it's loading.
Like a white screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what mine is doing too. Well, that's gonna be quite the bummer. Let's see, we'll go back here and try another one. If not, you guys will get these slides and then you can hear all the adorable voices that happen with ChatterPix, which you might have to do. And I'm not sure why I'm slow on my internet there, but okay, just a couple ideas here. So with art projects, basically ChatterPix, you can make anything look like it's talking. So it could be a picture of an art project that you did here. It could be a picture of someone in your class, or I'm thinking of my home learners, like taking a picture of their dog or their cat that they love to bring to Zoom, right? And they can make that be the thing that is talking. This is a seesaw activity that I made because, you know, we're trying to keep that engagement up, and whatever we can do here with it's kind of app smashed with PicEdu that Christy's going to show you in a little bit, where they're listening to the spelling word and then writing it, or the phonics skill. But instead of me saying the word or just my voice, it was around Halloween, and it's Halloween characters that are doing it. This right here is also app smashed, where students found a picture of someone that they wrote an informative paragraph about in PicEdu, and used that as what they're having talk. So Abe Lincoln is explaining facts about himself there. And then I had to brush up a little bit just to make sure I was ready for you guys, since I said I haven't used this a whole lot this year. But I have a 4-year-old son, and when I was looking at it, he wanted to come play, and he made just this cute little bouncy house start talking that he found in the gallery there. So hopefully you guys, once you get these slides, can go in and click on some of those yourselves, because just their adorable little voices are there for you, and some great examples of different ways that you can use ChatterPix.
Amy, I think I got mine to load. Do you want me to share on mine?
Ooh, yeah, I would love that.
Maybe. Oh, great. There's a big exclamation point. That's just awesome. Desktop. System preferences, security and privacy. Never mind. I'll come back to that. Yeah. Okay. My computer is having a rough time to the sharing today.
Guys, we all love technology, right? I feel like everybody has a big heart for this anyway. We all understand that it's great when it works and it's tricky when it doesn't. Just a couple things I think before I share my screen again about ChatterPix that you might want to know is that, like I said, you can app smash from anywhere that you can create a photo or an image. You can turn that and use that in ChatterPix. So you can app smash or take a photo right of something through that app. There's also a gallery there that has some of those pictures already there. So like that bouncy house was already in ChatterPix, and my son just edited that to make the bouncy house talk himself. Oh,
did I get it?
Yep, I see it now.
Okay, so here's your bouncy house.
Hello, and stop climbing on my mouth and stop bouncing on me, please.
He's so sweet.
You know, as a parent, I just love that you get to kind of keep those little voices while they're little. So I know that's going to go pretty fast.
Let's see here. Here's Abe.
My name is Abe Lincoln. I was the 16th president. I loved to learn. I cut down trees. I wrote on a spoon with a burnt stick and taught myself how to read. Now you know some facts about me, Abe Lincoln.
Proficient.
Pretty good, right? Like, I think that's,
What's this one?
this one is some adjectives about Fly Guy.
Perfect.
These are some adjectives about Fly Guy. Trash eater, can fly. He is smart. He is brown. He is a pet. Can fly really high.
Wonderful. I know I always do whenever I do a directed draw for like a center. I always like, we're studying frogs right now, so my kids did a directed draw and then they took a picture, kind of like that Fly Guy, and then they told me frog facts. So it's just one way to level up some stuff. Here is the sun.
I am going to tell you about the sun. The sun is 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The sun can fit 100 Earths side to side. The sun can almost fit 1,000 Earths inside of it. The sun is a star. Do you like the sun?
Super cute.
Adorable.
I love how you can almost hear them turning the pages in their writing.
Yep.
Butterflies can smell with their antennas.
Wonderful. And I think this is the last one I got to load.
Yep.
I am a long-legged turkey, as worried as can be. Eat some peanut butter and jelly, but don't eat me.
So cute.
I mean, can you really even watch these without a giant smile on your face? I know a lot of you have your screens off, and I'm totally okay with that. But I can't stop smiling when I hear these cute little voices. And it is so simple to use. So let's see, Bremer, if you stop your share, then I'll share and do a quick demo. Again, remember, you can use photos from anywhere, photos you take or things that you make in the classroom, like those art projects, things from, you know, digital resources, all of that will work. You do have a time limit on here, which I think is both a blessing and maybe a curse, because it is 30 seconds that they get to record their voice. So it's nice that it is something quick. But then those kids that are so close to finishing their paragraph, but maybe not the most fluent readers, might get a little bit frustrated by that time limit. So that's just something to be aware of. So here I am on my iPad. So this is Chatter Kid. It's by Duck Duck Moose. When it looks like I don't have the sound on, but that's okay. So I can see here my first options are to take a photo or to go to the gallery. When you use this on your iPad, it's always going to be vertical like this. The gallery isn't really like your camera roll. It is the gallery of things that are already made in ChatterPix for you. So I always start by going take a photo. And again, I can take a photo of something here, or if I click down at this little box down here, that is my camera roll, which I'm nervous to open up in front of you guys. But you can see, oh, there were some of my buddies. So let's see if I can get one. Oh no. Lots of errors today, you guys. I'll just take a photo. So let's see, what do I have that's cute? Well, I was super prepared for this part, right? All right, let's say I'm going to take a picture of this fish. I'm just going to use the camera to take my picture. And then the next step is just to use your finger and draw the mouth wherever you want it to go. So if I was going to be here and I accidentally go too far, that's okay. You can draw as many lines as you want. There can only be one mouth, so you can't really have like a conversation between two characters. But if you don't like where it lands the first time, you can redo it. Next step is just down here at the bottom to hit the record button, and it will count you down and start your record. Hello, I'm a fish and I like to swim in the water. And hit the stop button, and then they can test it to see what it'll look like. I know I think with sharing and being on Zoom that I'm losing my audio, but you guys will get the idea and be able to play on your own there. If you like it, then you can hit this next button that's up in the corner here. If you wanted to re-record, you would just hit the record button there. So like I said, if you've got that kiddo that almost gets through their paragraph that they're reading, but needs to start over again, maybe just read a little quicker or make sure that they have it with them, there is that option there too. Once you hit next, it kind of goes into some different fun things that I think as a teacher you need to be aware of. They can take up a lot of time. They can be a lot of fun, but you might want to point these out as maybe they can do them, but make sure that they get like the meat and potatoes of what they're doing on the assignment done first with using this tool, because we can spend a lot of time adding stickers and changing the filter. So that's this first page is just different filters that they can put over their images. Again, it's really up to you as the teacher as to what you are okay with. It looks great just as a normal image too. You can see we can add stickers. So if I want to have like a little wizard fish here, I can do that. You can resize just by pinching and dragging. Any of these stickers, there's kind of some fun holiday things too. Different frames that can go around. So again, some of them look pretty holiday, huh? Lots of Christmas, but just a plain black frame too, which is kind of fun. And you can add some text and change the color here. So again, these are things that are fun to do, but I think you can see how they can also take up some time. So you as a teacher just have to be explicit in teaching what you expect them to do with these tools. Once I'm done with that, I hit the next button, and down at the bottom, I have the choice to trash this, to play it myself, or this button right here means it's going to save to your camera roll. So it's going to turn it into a video that goes to your camera roll, and then you could easily share that from your camera roll to Seesaw, or whatever tool you're using to, send things home with parents, or just be able to have the kids show off their creations there. So with that quick tutorial, I just think we need to have some time to play around with it now.
I think it's fun to just think, when I have a new tool, if I can think one place to try it out with them, and then they show me so many more places where it can be. So that's why when I was sitting down to think about like, what could I use? Like anything from, I'm already thinking next year, which is a little bit crazy, but just going back to the classroom and thinking how I could use this tool, like taking a picture of the slide on the playground and having the slide talk and say the rules of the slide. Like I can go down the slide, but I'm not going to crawl up it with those little kids. Would be kind of fun. Or even showing around the classroom, like this is where I hang my coat, and letting that do the talking could be something fun for those little kids to do. And I said, my 4-year-old kind of took it over, and he, I showed him one time how to use it, and he was taking the iPad, walking around, took a picture of my husband. We have a 1-year-old, and my 4-year-old has decided that my husband is the baby loser because he somehow gets in trouble and gets away from him when he's walking around. So my 4-year-old took a picture of my husband and made him say, "Hi, my name's Daddy, and I'm the baby loser." And now he just thought it was the funniest thing ever. And it's fun to see kind of, like Christy Bremer was saying, that they'll be creative on their own too. A lot of my kids on indoor recess days, want to use this and come up with some pretty cool things. So it really is so just like flexible that you could use it in lots of different areas.
Yeah, Louise, I used it in a kindergarten classroom 2 years ago now, when I was out at Three Forks doing some work out there, and they had the letter of the day cards, and they had like their alphabet character every week that they studied, and there was a song that went with each alphabet character, and so we had them take a picture of their alpha friend and draw the line and then sing the song. And that was, she used that as assessment that they could sing the song and say the sound that the letter makes. And then we put them on Seesaw, and boy, they're slick. I mean, they just figure it out very fast and how to draw that line and do the talking.
Or even sight words, take a picture of said and then have them draw the line and SAID said. I said, she said, you said, said. That'd be good too.
Just makes audio recording a little bit more interesting.
And I personally love the time limit. I mean, I love Seesaw that they have like 5 minutes, but wow, 20 kids, 5 minutes each is like, whew. Whereas if you make them condense it into 30, it's way more manageable.
Yeah. Does
All right. See if I can get this to share again, huh? Okay. So I'm going to be talking about PicEdu, and it is another app. There's PicCollage, and then there's PicEdu. The difference is that we're going to focus on PicEdu because it's more user-friendly for students. There's some privacy things, less advertisements. The search is friendly, which I think is a huge plus for this app. When we search for photos or images, it's going to make kind of filter through appropriate ones for your kiddos. So the PicEdu, I always say, is user-friendly because it has the little apple rather than just the little pink circle there. But I'm always kind of asking myself, why would I use PicEdu? So all of these apps are great for creating something, just like Amy talked about Pick Kids. I put that on there here. But you can also do Shadow Puppet, Seesaw, Apple Clips, doing, and I know what's really cool is a lot of these have already been talked about in these series of workshops. So that's pretty cool. So why use PicEdu over something else? So some of the things that I love about it are the safe search for if you're searching for, I don't know, like I'm doing frogs right now. So searching for images of frogs, cropping of photos. We can do some fun things on PicEdu where you take a picture of a kiddo and you cut them out to put them in a background or something like that, which would work nice with Do Ink if you're doing a green screen. It has tons of background choices to choose from. There's lots of stickers that are seasonal or just lots of different choices for them to choose from. Same thing with fonts, where Seesaw has a couple of fonts for you to choose from. There are tons of fonts, colors, backgrounds, all of that stuff in here. Also, there's templates. So if you're just wanting something, a template to shoot out to a kid on Seesaw and they fill out the template, super easy. And grids. And I'll kind of talk about what those look like here in just a second. The grids are really nice for if you have a bunch of pictures you want to share with parents, kind of makes a collage of pictures from your camera roll. So super easy. Here's some examples from the classroom. Really just like a T-chart, solids, liquids, and then they use the search to search for different solids and different liquids. Quick assessment. This one's a little PicCollage of mammals with some keywords telling me about what they know about mammals and then some pictures of mammals. This one, this spread cheer, is a template that I just sent out to my students and then they filled it in. So I'm grateful for my teacher. I'm looking forward to 2nd grade. I want to say thanks to my kind friends. So just a little, depending on what you were looking for them, I was just kind of doing it was Teacher Appreciation Week last week. So I was doing something with some kids with that. And then here's what I talked about with cropping photos. Here's a little Elfie. So it's my little daughter's face right there. And she's got her elf costume on and she's ready to deliver some presents. So it was a fun thing to do for Christmas. And then here is a collection of other ideas that Tracy Piltz put together on Wakelet. And it's just going to keep spinning. There it is. So again, Tracy Piltz, our guru here. She has some great ideas put together here. I know I was just kind of going through them yesterday and thinking, oh gosh, these are really good. And then I was going through them, it's really funny. And then I was like, oh, that's my daughter. Oh, cool. She's everywhere. So I liked this one. This one was a really great idea about how to make a game board on PicEdu that you would then send out on Seesaw. So there's tons of ideas in here that you can do with this great app. And I'll just click on this one because, well, I kind of love this one. Because I love this girl, her little thoughtful face. So I have a dream that COVID to go away forever. Love that face. Me too. That's how I feel, girlfriend. So here's just, again, more ideas. There's tons. I've done this Leaf Man one. I used to do like the Leaf Man. There's this great Leaf Man book, and then I take the kids out to collect leaves during fall, and they'd glue it together and make this person. It's extremely messy. So much easier to do it digitally. Just as fun. The kids can search for leaf pictures and make their own little leaf man, leaf dog, leaf turtle on PicCollage, and then upload it to PicEdu and create a little face and talk about what this leaf man did to create it, or I'm a leaf dog. You can hear me coming. I say crunch, 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 or something like that. So little mash app for you. So let's see. These are some examples for you to use in the classroom. So those other ones were more student created. These can be too. There's cards that you can make, whether the child is creating it, the student, or you can create it yourself. I use PicEdu as a teacher all the time, and even just as a mom or any of those things. So you can make cards, you can make your own bingo boards or game boards. You can even do your daily planners on here. I've even done some behavior charts on here with a kiddo, like writing down their goals, talking about what they're going to be doing in the morning, all of those sort of things. I've made classroom coupons that they can buy at school store, lunch with a teacher, or get out of one must do, or free center time. Those are all great ideas for you to use as well. So I'm going to go ahead and try to demo this on my iPad since I can't get QuickTime to work. So I'm going to switch over. If you guys were wondering why I was in, oh, of course, it says you cannot start screen share while the other participants share. Let me turn mine off. Did it work? Do you see my iPad? Amy, do you see my iPad? No?
Looks like your screen is off on that one. It's just black. I see you.
You don't see my iPad, huh?
Well, we see, oh,
Which one do you see me on?
It says Brammer, but so turn your camera on your iPad and then choose share screen on the iPad.
Turn my camera on.
You can keep it muted, but let me see if I can.
It's funny because it shows that it's sharing.
There you go. Oh, okay. I can see the arm of your couch.
Nice. How do I get it to do my screen? Sorry, guys. I was going to use QuickTime, and then QuickTime was not loving me.
Yeah, trying to look at which side of the screen we want to be on here.
Everything on your screen, including notifications, will be recorded. Enable do not disturb events unexpected notifications.
There. Oh, here we go.
Yep.
I think maybe I
That
stopped
might be okay.
on yours though, because you see it?
It says you
As
have started screen sharing.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see like 19?
Not yet, no. Should be like a blue background with a orange 19.
If you want, I can share mine again and you can talk me through what you want to show.
I might have to because this is not letting me, it's just white on mine.
Okay.
You see that?
Yeah.
I think there's something in my privacy settings that's not letting me.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Silly Zoom.
All right. Let me share and then I'm just going to be real quiet. You can.
Thanks. Okay, so PicEdu again, look for the apple. There's your 3 options. You can do a grid, and a grid is kind of like where you're just taking a bunch of your pictures from the gallery and putting them together in a collage. Freestyle is the one I use the most. It just kind of gives you a blank canvas for the kids to work with. And then there's templates, which would be like your cards, your posters, any of those sort of things. So let's just go to freestyle. And that kind of gives you a blank canvas. Down below, there are lots of different options to go with. The layout again would be putting that grid back in where you're adding photos in there. If you click on background, you have lots of options. So you can just do a plain background. There's crazy backgrounds. If my iPad would have shared its screen, you would see that one of the first activities I do with my first graders is I use this app to let the kids create their own background for their iPad. My only requirement is that it has to have their class number on it so it matches for the iPad cart. And they get to pick what background they want to use, what font. I usually try to tell me something about you. So this kiddo did blue and orange because he's a huge Broncos fan. So those are just fun to play around with. If you go out of backgrounds, you can also have a background be a picture, which is kind of cool. But if you go out of backgrounds after you've chosen what background you want to play with, you just hit that check mark. What's really cool is a lot of these apps are designed by the same person, so kids kind of know to look for that check mark to say, move on, I'm done. You can actually add your photos if you go into the camera roll. And that's where like the Elfie, they chose a picture of a person and then there's some great crop options. So do you want to find something to crop, Amy? Sure, perfect. And she just clicks on it. You can click as many photos as you want. And then again, just that check mark to move on. So if she wants to mess around with that picture, she's going to take her finger and just hold it down on that image. And when she holds it down on there, all these wonderful options come up. The one I use the most is the cutout to crop your image, because that's something that Seesaw can't do. And what I found is really cool, there's even that people crop. So you can actually just use that to crop out a person if it's a picture of a kiddo. You can also just do like a rectangle or a circle. See how it got rid of most of that background? And then you can just hit the check mark when you're done. So cool. So if you have any project that requires a kid to crop anything out, this is the app to do it in. There's also more options in there like borders. You can have them cropped in the sides of a triangle. So many fun things that you can do with that cutout. Oh, look at that. And then again, if you just hold that image down with your finger. Again, you can order your images. So my kids are really starting to understand that now, that layers of images can be put on, and you can move something forward or move it back, just like in Seesaw. You can add borders to it. So many fun things that you can do to really add to the presentation of a final product. And then you can go into stickers, and there's lots of fun add-ons you can do there. This is where like I get sucked in. Like the time, like Amy was talking about, you better get the meat and potatoes done, because once you start messing around with these stickers, it's all over, right? But there's seasonal ones, there's letters if they want to do like a fun saying, things that they can add on, like that Elfie, the present and the hat came from that. Any of these are fun, and then you can just add them on there as well. And you can just select multiple ones again, and then just hit the check mark when you're done, and they'll add right onto your display. You can move them around, you can size them, move them behind each other, whatever you need to do. Look at this, this is coming together. Way to go, Amy. Then you can also add text. So if they want to add their own font or their own saying on there, or like, this is Jim, he's the main character of the book, anything like that, they can add on. They can change the font color, they can change the background color, they can change what the font looks like. So there's so many more options that Seesaw or some of those other apps don't have, that this one has available. And my favorite thing about PicEdu is the search. So like I said, if you were doing a presentation on sloths, is that a sloth? I think that's a sloth, right? So if you like type that in there, it's going to come up with some images that are through a safe filter that you can add in. And if you want them to have not a background, you can put PNG just like Amy did. Oh, that one's lovely. So those are cool. The kids love those. And did you see the background went away because Amy put PNG after her search? So a lot of those had like a white background. She has that PNG in there, so it just has the sloth, but he has a border on him. We can take that away. There's also the doodle option. And you can, it's just a pen tool, pretty simple. Amy, this is best work ever. I couldn't have done better myself. And I think, what's past that doodle tool? I can't remember here. Oh, there's animation too. There's little GIFs in there too you can add. My students loved, yep, you can make it dance and turn it into a little GIF. My kids did their own Valentines because my school said that we couldn't bring Valentines from home this year. So what my kids did is they all went on PicEdu and created their own Valentines. And then something like this, like Be Groovy. And they made this and they would send it on Seesaw. And then I would go back in and tag that person, and it would end up on their Seesaw. So every day they were so excited to come in and see who sent them a Valentine. And it was just a little virtual Valentine made on PicEdu. So that was just a quick one of freestyle. Can you go back to a new one there, Amy? If you click done, which really is really cool. Can you click cancel? And then if you click done, it just saves it to your camera roll. So cool. Look at all of Amy's examples in here. If you go back and add a new collage, go ahead and go to templates. Just to kind of browse through, like, look at all, like, I'm not joking. There are so many different things here. And the cool thing about this app, yeah, it's $1.99 right now. If you don't have it on your kids' iPads at school, just keep it on the watch list, because oftentimes they will be free for certain times in the year. So like, I know our school didn't pay for it We waited until it was free and then bought a bunch of licenses when it was free. And now it's on all of our kids' iPads. But so many different things you could do here. You can do birthday cards, there's calendars, I mean, the sky's the limit. Even if you just want to do, like, if we do something fun in the classroom, like we're doing Bubbles Days coming up, I love to just kind of put it in these fun little templates to send out to parents because they love seeing their kids, especially now when they can't come into school. Keeping connected in this way is so important. So I think what we'll do now is just give you guys some time to play, and you can make something either for your kids, or you can just check out those resources or go to that, make something and then drop it in the same folder. Don't you think, Nikki? Just put it in the same folder as before, anything that you make. And again, you can be thinking about what you would make as a kid, or you could be thinking about how you're going to use this as a teacher. And we'll give you, what do you think, you guys, 5 minutes to play around with that? If you're feeling extra spicy, that's like our new word here at school. We say we're feeling extra spicy. If you're feeling extra spicy and you want a little challenge, go ahead and maybe take that thing that you made in PicEdu and put it into ChatterPix and add that layer on top of it. So she could have taken that sloth picture that was stellar, pulled it from her camera roll in ChatterPix, add the sloth mouth. Amy, you're making this happen, right? No pressure. And tell me some facts about the sloth at Montana Zoo. What's his name again? Winston, right?
Yes, his name is Winston.
Okay, I thought so. I haven't seen Winston yet. It's on my to-do list this weekend because I haven't made it there. But he looks pretty stellar.
Christy, is this the app that's $1.99?
It is.
Okay.
So if you want to, like, I say it's definitely worth it to just put it on your phone. And then what I do is I always make stuff on my phone and I send it through Seesaw that way. But if you're like thinking like as a whole class, I would definitely wait. And there's key times in the year if you just like check Twitter, and when it's free, it's like everywhere. And like Tracy Piltz is really good about sending out when it's free. I know it was free like in January this year, I wanted to say. Sometimes during Teacher Appreciation Week, they let free apps go. I don't think this was one this time. But I definitely have it on a watch list if like you need 20 licenses or something. But as far as buying it for just your phone, to me, it's well worth it.
Mm-hmm. I think it's been about a year since they've done it, because I know last year when the pandemic started, they had it for free for a while. But I don't think it's been since then.
Photos too, like Christy was saying, a picture of themselves, but you could go on a scavenger hunt just right in PicEdu. So I know when we've been teaching right angles, often we just take our iPads around the school and they're finding right angles, or like that T-chart example she had. It's nice for them to see like real things in their classroom. Like this is this is a sphere that I found, and this is I'm just thinking clearly I'm on geometry right now. Spheres and rectangular prisms and those kinds of things too. And I know like solidly around Halloween every single year we're doing draw your own costume. So where they get to take a picture of themselves and then put their costume on there. That's one of the ones that they love every single year.
We did a scavenger hunt where I gave them a theme, and then they had to go around the room and take pictures and put that into their PicCollage with the theme. And so I think Halloween was the most popular one. So they went around the room taking pictures of all of the decorations, but it could be a theme like taking care of the earth or kindness and things like that. So they kind of broad, so there would be a lot of different options. And it was just a nice, what I liked when I was using it was just an alternative to video. I think kids get really fired up about video, and sometimes it's okay to not make a video and to just have something that's more visual. And obviously we could app smash and add the ChatterPix piece or put it on Seesaw and have them talk about it. But it's kind of nice to just do something that's visual.
Yep, agreed.
I know I've done, when I start double facts, I have them go around the classroom and find double facts. So like book boxes on a shelf, 4 + 4 is 8. So
Mhm.
they take a picture, add their doodle, add the equation on there, and they see how many doubles they can find in the classroom. Just that real world experience, and just make a collage of that. They love that.
Mhm.
Because I'm noticing a theme of summer in our pick collages in here. You noticing that too after you talked about your themes there? I
Yeah.
think we're all in the same headspace, you guys.
I'm seeing, like, I'm looking, what I'm looking at right now says, I am ready for summer. That would be another fun, like, icebreaker with make a pick collage with how you're feeling right now. What's on your mind?
How are you going to spend your summer?
It's one thing that I love at the end of the year, like one of our last days when I have I'm looking forward to again next year, is the kids take a picture of themselves and put their name on it and then pass their iPad around to the class, right? And everybody writes one word to describe them, like an adjective or a character trait or something. And so when it goes all the way around the classroom, comes back to them, they get to see what their classmates think of them. And everybody loves that they get to change the font and the color, and they have to really stretch themselves when you get to the end of 20 kids of how many times are we going to say kind, or can we think of an adjective for that, a synonym for that adjective, I guess. But just a super nice way to kind of share, kind of have that closure, wrap up the year, but kind of show that impact that you have had on your classmates too. And I love this app for that.
I have done that before and they absolutely love that.
Between the PicCollage and the PicCollage EDU, like what was the biggest difference? Because I found like I was able to do most everything that you were talking about on just the PicCollage that I already have installed on my phone.
Yeah.
What's the biggest difference?
So the search has some filters on it. So like if you search some things, nothing inappropriate is going to come up. Whereas some of the things that you search on PicCollage might not be so kid friendly. Same thing with the stickers. The stickers are all kid friendly in PicEdu. And on the regular one, that would be like the more mom version.
Well, and because I'm not doing it for the kids, I'm not doing it with kids.
Fine with the version.
Yeah, I promise I won't get naughty on my channel.
I mean, if you do, like, it's your brand. You got to do your brand, right? So, I have to share one story of like blast from the past from before PicEdu came out, just because this made me think of it. I had my kids who, those little ones that want to use the dictation tool instead of typing in when they're searching for things. So I had this little girl come up to me and said, Miss S, I didn't mean to do this, but I searched for kitties, PNG. But no, she had a little bit of a speech impediment and she found titties, PNG. So that is why with the children, we will always do the EDU version. Her mom was awesome. She turned it over, like really good first grade digital citizen, but I definitely have been wary of that dictation tool ever since Kitty's PNG happened in my classroom. So
that's a common TNC.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. Yeah.
That speech dictation gets into trouble sometimes.
It gets into a lot of trouble, definitely.
A lot of times I'm like, oh, it's all spelled right. Oh yeah, this was not. Oh man.
For SEL. So thank you.
What do you think you'll do?
There was I think Amy put up a thing about gratitude. And it had like 3 different sections you could fill in. So things like that. And also somebody made the Kleenex box talk. And so was that you, Nikki?
Yeah.
So I was thinking sometimes counselors have to talk to kids about like hygiene and stuff. And then using it like this way it would help the kid not feel as much shame or embarrassment. And so having like fun with it, but also getting the information across, I think would come out better for the kid anyway.
Mhm.
Love that.
Be fun if you had, like, if you did one with the hand sanitizer, and the hand sanitizer was like, use me after you eat or go to the bathroom. And then you made a QR code and you put that on the hand sanitizer.
Mhm.
And then they went
Oh,
over
I like
and
that.
scanned the QR code,
That's
and their
cute.
little PicCollage video comes up. And it could be
Yeah.
kind of a cool, like, classroom tour at the beginning of the school year.
Yeah.
or something
And then
like that.
somebody mentioned the playground rules for
Mhm.
using that. I can totally see that because my school's so like, it's like dodgeball movie every day at my school, and like people are really serious. I think maybe if I make some kind of like thing about it, it'll
Mhm.
help them out, and we could play it every day in the morning or before recess or something.
Just a
Also, these-
reminder, the rules about dodgeball.
I know
Yeah.
it's so bad, but
Or totally make them make the movie.
yeah.
That'd be
Mhm.
great. Like,
Yeah,
from
the
a kid's
rules for it.
perspective.
Mhm.
Yeah, perfect.
And that kids love the, like, the right way, wrong way version of things. So you
Mhm.
could do like a pick collage or a Chatterpix or both, where there's like the wrong way to throw a ball, and they could have the ball like hitting someone in the head, and then the right way, you know, the ball is in this zone, you know, that sort of thing.
I love that. It because like right now, all we have like we don't even have like pictures or anything that our school gave out. And I'm like, this is so boring. I said that in my head. I didn't say it to my boss, but I was like, ugh, like this sucks. Like I know why kids zone out like that, but I
Mhm.
zoned out.
Some social emotional stories with that were great too.
Mhm. Oh, Melissa, I see yours came across as a video. Did you add a GIF to it? Is that why? You must have. Let's see. Oh yeah, they're all moving. Here, I'll share it real quick. It's cute. Here's our recipe.
Nice.
That's impressive. She just made that? Images and all of that.
It's like really good.
I think what I wanted to do with I have a whole bunch of kindergartners, like 3 classes. And so next year we're doing a whole bunch of lessons on the zones of regulation. And ChatterPix is like easy enough. I think the kindergartners would get it like right away. And so I think I'm probably gonna like bring that in and have like a red, because I teach there every week. So like we'll celebrate the red zone one week, and like all feelings are okay, all behaviors are not, kind of thing. So like take a picture of something red around the classroom, and then talk about your feeling, like how is it feeling really quick, it's in the red zone. Or take a picture of something blue the next week during class, and like how's the blue feeling. So just to get kids talking about their feelings and not like a shameful way, like, or have it be normal for them, because a lot of times at home, right, they don't get to talk, they don't get to say like I'm sad or I'm mad.
Mhm.
So
That's
this would be good, I could use for my
And then
kindergartners.
they all get a chance to do it. Where if you're sitting,
Yeah.
having a class discussion
Yeah.
about it, you get to call on 1 or 2 or 3 kids. But when you
Yeah.
send them off to make their Chatterpix, they're all having that,
Yeah,
being used there.
that's so true, Amy. I always like a group discussion, but I found with the harder kids, they just kind of look at you, and like I'm still learning a lot about the teacher side of stuff, and I'm like, come on, guys. So yeah, this would be good for like the kids that are shy,
Mhm.
or they're not quite sure what to say. They can express through technology and art.
Yeah, exactly. I know even personally, although as a remote teacher, I've gotten a whole lot more used to seeing my face on a computer screen, but like I'm generally not a person that likes to be here. But if it was, this is the Kleenex box talking or the hand sanitizer talking, then I feel like I can ham it up a little bit more, So I understand that feeling, for kids too, to have that, be able to share their thoughts, their feelings, whatever, but have that picture that's maybe not them. And both of these apps are kind of a cool way to do that.
I know I've had kids in the past where we've thought they don't know how to read, or, something like that. And then you give them this opportunity to take the pressure off of it being right in front of you. And it really does help them. I mean, we've gone from, oh, this kid doesn't know how to read, to like, oh my gosh, they really do know how to read. They just don't want to read in front of me.
Yeah.
I have a different problem. I don't like to sing. And, we always do happy birthday. So mine are the happy birthday slides for July and August. And I'm going to sing and make the happy face be the singer, so they won't know it's me.
There you go, Jill. That's perfect.
That's a great idea.
You just made me think of like a mystery activity or a mystery, like, can you do clues, like to guess, like if you had your principal do something or make something else talk or something, like that could be kind of fun with that whole like secret identity part of it. That's kind of cool.
That's a great
Mystery reader, mystery singer.
Yeah. Love all the ideas and the sharing. It's been great.
And like we were talking about, Twitter is a great resource. If you're wondering some other ideas that you can do with these things, just get on there and search for PicCollage or even ChatterPix, and you get tons of ideas from teachers from all over, all age groups, all over. I know a lot of my examples came from there because that's kind of where I started, because I was kind of like Amy, where I was like, oh, I haven't done this one in a while. Going through, checking things, and I was like, oh my goodness, there's so many different ways to use this. And then there's great coaches out there that have done like tutorials, like Will Swingle. I know he's on that Wakelet. And Tracy does some great tutorials if you're just trying to get started, kind of opens your eyes on how to do some of these collages or how to use the tool differently by making a game board out of it. Just taking it to the next level if you need to, or just keeping it very simple and basic. So we did put all of the Twitter handles on those slides if you wanted to share out your ideas, because I think that just that professional learning community is so important.
Yeah. And just remember too, I know somebody was talking about the little ones. I do think these apps are both really friendly for little kids. Obviously the PicEdu one, if you're going to search, you might have to help with some of those parts, but they can draw the pictures and pick the backgrounds. And ChatterPix is, I think, really user friendly. And as we've all figured out that the kids adapt to that technology pretty fast, right? Sometimes a lot faster than we do as teachers. So if we give them the tools, it's pretty amazing what they can create.
Mm-hmm.